With Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 4 dropping, Boruto has once again displayed his power against Code and the Shinju. So far with the start of the time skip, Boruto has embraced being a shinobi that has never been seen before. Now I know what you're thinking, hasn't Boruto always taken pride in being a ninja? The answer is yes, but I do want to go in depth on how Boruto has completely changed as a shinobi 3 years later, as he stands on top of the Naruto universe as arguably the strongest character. Outside of his calm and cool persona, what Boruto has displayed compared to his 12-year-old self is remarkable, considering that he's not relying on his karma to fight these monsters such as Unlimited Code, the Ten Tails, and the brand new Shinju enemies. So let's start with the beginning of Two Blue Vortex, where Boruto makes his first appearance in the series by landing on Code's face for a awesome entrance. As Code was planning to attack the village with the Ten Tails, it was his goal to lure Boruto out from hiding since he couldn't find him after their initial encounter during the 3-year time skip. Once Boruto appears, the Konoha sensory ninjas say that Boruto has suddenly appeared out of nowhere, since we know that Boruto can hide his chakra signature thanks to his Otsutsuki DNA. However, what we've seen from Kawaki is that he can fly, and this will also apply to Boruto since he is Otsutsuki. Going back to Boruto Part 1, Amado stated that both Boruto and Kawaki will learn more of the Otsutsuki abilities, such as having the ability to fly, which will become important for both Karma brothers. And as we know that Boruto and Kawaki can tap into the battle experience of the Otsutsuki to have the knowledge to become drastically more powerful, especially after 3 years where Boruto needs to train has paid off, as Boruto bodied Code with ease with the Rasengan Uzuhiko, a planetary level attack that destroys Code on the inside that creates permanent vertigo that will kill him unless Boruto rescinds the jutsu, as well as becoming a Kenjutsu user that can easily slice through the Ten Tails with ease, as well as having the ability to use Chidori Stream to ward away one of the Shinju enemies in the latest chapter. All powerful abilities that Boruto has, as well as learning the Flying Raijin Jutsu to teleport to where Code is at. You may be thinking, why am I just listing all of Boruto's abilities in the time skip so far? Well, if you noticed, Boruto has completely shied away from using his karma powers. What I've been really enjoying about the Boruto time skip so far is that Boruto has completely relied on using ninjutsu and his own powers to fight these very powerful enemies. This is a complete contrast to what Boruto was in part 1, where he would use the karma at any given chance. Obviously, Boruto was very skilled and showed off his power without the karma, such as in his battle against Ao, but once he awakened the karma fully, Boruto would activate his karma sphere whenever it was possible. Part 1 had Boruto learn and master the power of karma with the help of his brother Kawaki, and whenever Boruto fought a powerful foe such as Kashinkoji, Boro, or Code, Boruto would not only use the karma but become more deadlier with it every single time. Kashinkoji saw Boruto activate the karma, which piqued his interest to let Boruto and Team 7 live. Boro beat Boruto to near death to bring out Momoshiki, where he caused massive destruction. Code then ironically teaches Boruto how to use the karma better to tap into the true essence of karma, which ultimately made Boruto stronger, and Momoshiki got even more powerful from there. Knowing the side effects of using the karma with Momoshiki going on a rampage, no matter what Boruto tried to do, it has always ended up in a catastrophic failure. Even in the battle against Ishiki where Boruto got his arm broken, Momoshiki awakened and stabbed Sasuke's Rinnegan, a major blow to the Leaf's military power. And when Boruto tried to consume chakra pills to slow down the karma overtaking his body, this led to Momoshiki awakening again and almost killing Naruto. Hell, even as a last chance resort, Boruto sacrificed his body to be killed by Kawaki just to get healed by Momoshiki 2 minutes later. Even though Momoshiki couldn't resurrect anymore, he could still take over Boruto's consciousness according to Amado, and as shown briefly when Boruto and Kawaki fought each other at the end of part 1. And after going through all of the possible options available such as medicine and even sacrificing his own body, Boruto realizes that there is absolutely no solution to stopping Momoshiki from taking over his body. Even during the Omnipotence event where Boruto lost his identity, Momoshiki was banking on Boruto breaking down, but due to his high resolve, Boruto was never going to fold under the extreme pressure. And this is what I've appreciated about Boruto's character in a show not tell way, as it's clear that Boruto has completely abandoned his Otsutsuki ways. Even though he was called an Otsutsuki by the bug Shinju, it's ironic because so far in the first 4 chapters of the time skip, skip, Boruto has displayed nothing more than just a shinobi. A clear example of this is Boruto using the Flying Raijin Jutsu to teleport to the dimension where Code is at. Obviously, Boruto couldn't teleport there using the karma since he already had a tag on the toad that was nearby Code, but the Flying Thunder God technique is a form of space-time ninjutsu, just like the karma seal. In part 1, we've seen characters like Momoshiki, Ishiki, Kawaki, and Boruto create portals using their Otsutsuki powers that are classified as space-time ninjutsu. However, in part 2, Boruto has relied on his shinobi prowess to travel between dimensions, such as learning the Flying Thunder God technique, as even though Boruto admittedly said that he isn't as skilled as Minato was when it comes to using this jutsu, Boruto is still able to use it in battle to escape from being trapped by the bug Shinju, and after getting jumped by the big four, to escape back to the Earth dimension. When Boruto is escaping from these enemies, he doesn't have to rely on the karma since it is more chakra draining, and the portal allows the enemies to follow him, compared to using the Flying Thunder God, where Boruto can instantly teleport to safety to another dimension. It's smart of Boruto as he has completely replaced his teleportation ability with a much more efficient and safer method. I think this is great for Boruto's character as he has displayed his pride in being a shinobi, as despite being faced off with the strongest characters in the verse with the Shinjus, Boruto still relies on his natural instinct of being a ninja. When the time skip was coming, I was very worried that Boruto was going to be like Naruto, who despite becoming clearly stronger than his part 1 self, he didn't really learn any brand new techniques but rather refined his overall skills. I didn't want Boruto staying as a Rasengan merchant like his father, as Boruto already knows 7 different Rasengans up to this point in the story. And even though he did use Rasengan Uzuhiko, Boruto has a much deeper bag of abilities compared to Naruto when he first came out of the time skip. With him picking up the Flying Raijin Jutsu, becoming a much more skilled Kenjutsu user, Boruto is feeling like a custom made character that I would make in Naruto video games, and that's a good thing to say. He was already skilled enough to begin with as he is the prodigy of all prodigies, having the best genetics possible and being born into the best situation available. It makes sense why Boruto is so powerful and became even more powerful 3 years later. He will need to continue to rely on being a ninja simply because he cannot rely on karma anymore. And while yes, it does make him more powerful, especially with his overall speed, strength, and jutsu, there is a higher risk of Momoshiki awakening and taking over his body to rampage on everyone. Now this is still possible even if Boruto doesn't use his karma, such as him running out of chakra or losing consciousness, but Boruto's much better off using his own abilities rather than the Otsutsukis, even though it is his own power. And this is great for Boruto since he can't be considered a Momoshiki / karma merchant who relies on this power but his own abilities. Of course, he will have to use the karma eventually, as we see in the first page of the series where he battles Kawaki, so it's obvious that he will need to use it in order to fight someone that strong, but even in the face of getting jumped by 4 different Shinju monsters, he doesn't resort to the karma to defend himself in that moment. And we finally got to talk about the scenario if Momoshiki ever takes over again. Now we don't know what has happened to Momoshiki during the 3-year time skip. Does Boruto have complete control over him, or have the two of them become friends? Hopefully the latter part isn't true, but in the scenario that Momoshiki is still chilling inside of Boruto, where Boruto isn't trying to give up his body to him, the day Momoshiki takes over Boruto, my lord, it is going to become a very big problem. Now we all know Momoshiki is a disgusting rat, but Momoshiki taking over this version of Boruto would be absolutely insane. Let's not forget, all of this power that Boruto is displaying right now in the time skip is in his base form, with the abilities of the Flying Raijin Jutsu, the Rasengan Uzuhiko, the Kenjutsu skills, and the karma itself. Just who will be able to stop this version of Momoshiki? I mean, just with the Rasengan alone, Momoshiki was able to create massive Rasengans and even create the Rasengan on his own. All of the jutsus that Boruto has utility of aren't that chakra draining outside of the massive Rasengan and the Flying Thunder God technique. And can you imagine Momoshiki teleporting around the battlefield with Flying Raijin Jutsu? Just imagine that shit. Like, close your eyes and really think about it. That shit is crazy. If Momoshiki ever has the chance to take over this version of Boruto, consider everyone dead, man, because I don't know how anyone's going to be able to stop this monster. Also, if Boruto knows other jutsus that makes him stronger, such as Sage Mode, which is a very high possibility since Kashin Koji has been by his side for a long time, we should all consider Momoshiki a massive threat, as if he wasn't already. Of course, with the brand new Great Four Shinju being introduced that Boruto has to take down, these characters are going to be the main threat in the series for a while. Not to mention whatever Code is planning to do, since he has lost all of his 10-tailed claw grimes now that they have been evolved. He has nobody by his side unless he has more claw grimes hidden away somewhere else. It's something to think about, as Boruto's main objective is to stop the 10-tails, and one way or another another, I genuinely think Momoshiki will make another appearance to Boruto's body, but this time no one will have the ability to stop him since Boruto has become this strong. In a scenario where Boruto may have to resort to karma, there is a possibility that Boruto can activate Sage Mode since he already has access to Koji's frogs, and the likelihood of him being taught Senjutsu by Koji is pretty high if Boruto truly wants to cut off using the powers of the Otsutsuki. This is why Boruto has become a real ninja after all, since after all of the hardship he has gone through using the karma, I doubt he would want to go through more with it again, hence why I doubt Boruto will not use the karma for a very long time. If he has replaced his space-time ninjutsu with Flying Raijin, using Toad's Sage Mode would be a great alternative than relying on the karma. By gathering nature energy, Boruto reduces the chances of running low on chakra compared to using the karma regularly, which can harbor Momoshiki from awakening. Not to mention that boost in power Boruto will receive on whatever jutsu or attack he uses if he ever activates Sage Mode. But whatever happens in this story, Boruto will have to eventually rely on the karma sooner or later, depending on what happens, especially when it comes to fighting these big bad enemies. When he fights Kawaki, we know he activates his karma, so my question is, will this be the only time Boruto activates his karma? And how long do we have to wait until Boruto finally says enough is enough and activates that karma for battle? Because that will be monumental for sure. But anyways, let me know what are your thoughts on this video. How do you feel about Boruto relying on his own powers with ninjutsu and not relying on shinjutsu such as karma? And let me know, when do you think Boruto will finally activate karma for the first time in the time skip? Let me know about all of that in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.